All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of my Gateway Experience. I was just putting my phone on Do Not Disturb so you don't hear any of those blurbs. And yeah, the purpose of these videos is to document my journey through the Monroe Institute's Gateway Experience. The Gateway Experience is a series of 6 waves with 6 tapes in each wave. I am currently on the first wave entitled Discovery, and I am on the last tape of that wave called Free Flow 10. Today was the last day doing that tape. It was my 10th time doing it. So, since there's a total of 300 or 36 tapes total, I'm going to be doing a total of 360 days of continuous practice. And my cat here, Rigby, is here to join us today for the video that we're doing. I usually kick him out of the room, but he was pretty chill, so I figured I would let him stay. But here he is, wanting to say hello. So there he is. But yeah, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, go ahead and check those out because I will be referencing main things that I've talked about before. So if you want some kind of reference point, you can refer to those. And so let's jump straight into it. Right now it is Thursday. Thursday. Interesting. Thursday, October 6th, 2022, and it is 9:19 a.m. Last night we went to sleep at like 11 p.m. and I woke up this morning at around 7:30ish, right around then. So getting straight into my morning routine after that is what I did. And to do that, I just went ahead and read my scrolls and my morning affirmations, my manifestation affirmations, and things that I want to make sure that I focus on. And then I did my free flow 10 for the 10th time. And when I did that, it was good. It was good because I went into my pre preparation process as usual. And then I think I got plenty of rest, which is really good because I was able to jump into a vision after when I went into the Focus 10. And the vision that I saw was I was in a skyscraper and I wasn't at the top floor, but I was close to the top floor. Maybe not so close, about 3/4 of the way up. And I know this because I could see out, and I was looking at it from a third. I could see the entire skyscraper, and then I could see myself in the building. And when I was in there, I was being guided around the building by these guys in business suits, and they were showing me around the place, and and it was amazing. I mean, I felt like this sense of this is gigantic. They have a lot of power. Obviously, it was in the middle, I want to say, of like New York City, and it was also very intimidating because of how much power I knew that they had, and they were making me an offer. They were making me an offer to work with them. That's why they were showing me around. And I knew that if I worked with them, I would like sell my soul, basically, to say it that way, you know. And what I mean by that is, um, they would order me around and they would make me do things that I knew that were morally wrong, and they would make me go against my intuition, and they would destroy my ability to care for other humans because they would want to separate me and all these other things. So I started to kind of play around with the idea in my mind, like, well, you know, if they offered me like 100K a week, maybe I would do it. That's what I was thinking in this vision that I had. And because at that point, I was like, oh, well, maybe I would do it for like a week, but then I could just have 100K, or maybe it's even 2 weeks, and then I could have like 200K, or maybe even 3 weeks, and then I could have like 300K. Then I started thinking about it, and I was like, wait a minute, That's not even that much money. 100K a week is really not even that much money because that's only like $5.2 million, if my math is right. So I was like, I mean, I guess it's fine, but the next step in the vision that I had was I went outside to like kind of take a breath, and I was on this balcony. And while I was on this balcony, kind of contemplating things, um, the building blew up, and I started free falling. And as I was free falling, a spaceship came and scooped me up before I hit the ground. And then after that, we just left. It was somebody, I guess, in a spaceship coming to save me, and then we just went to outer space. So that was my vision, and obviously at that point I was in outer space. So I don't know what can I say about outer space. I'm not familiar with the space, so I would like to be able to tell you guys what I encountered, but I'm not there yet. So it is what it is. Very interesting. This cat is loving me right now, and that was my practice for today. Um, what can I say about that? I could analyze it here and there, but the main thing that I want to talk about is how it's very important to trust yourself and to trust other people. And not so much other people, like all other people, but just know that people have good intentions and that maybe you can trust them until they show you that you can't trust them anymore. And I've talked about it in these videos as well before, kind of maybe hinting at some of my business encounters. People will tell you who they are just based on a very small, like 15-minute conversation. They will tell you. And you can just go back and forth and just have certain banter, and you will know what they focus on and what they care about. An example that I have is I was doing an interview for another person, and I haven't talked about this in these videos yet, but they were telling me about this program that they had for me, and they were like, hey, yeah, so I was like, well, how long would I have to be in this program for us to be able to work together? What would the learning process be like? What kind of commitment am I making to you guys? And first of all, before I asked this question, he was asking me questions about like what I prioritize. What is it that I'm mainly how do I approach my life? He said there's two kinds of people. There's one person that just does things because they love to do them, and it's not so much about the money, but they can make money because they love doing it. And he didn't really say it that way. He just basically kind of put that one down, and then he put this other version of people on a pedestal. And this other version of people was people that do things for the outcome. That even if they don't feel like doing something, they do it anyway. And even if it's not necessarily something that they want to do, they just focus on the outcome and not so much the journey to get there. And he was like, yeah, that's usually like, he's like, everybody's a little bit of both, but which one are you? And so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna tell you guys what he said. But he basically, or how he said it. I can't remember specifically what he said, but he basically put the first kind of person down, like, oh, those people, they just kind of do what they feel like doing. And these other people, they stick to something and they work hard, really hard, and they're very disciplined, and and they just do things even if they don't want it, they don't feel like doing them. They just do it because of the outcome. And then I said, okay, well, I mean, he said, well, everybody's kind of like a little bit of both. And I was like, well, I don't like what I do. It's not that I love what I do, but I do like what I do. Uh, and uh, and over time, because I like doing it, I actually end up falling in love with doing it. And so, yes, I do focus on the outcome, but it's only on things that I love to do. And so he immediately was like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely somebody that's outcome oriented." Like he's just putting me in a box. And so then I asked this question of like, okay, well, what is this commitment to you guys? Like, what is it that I need to be committing to if I'm going to be doing this? And he said, well, so it would be 1 hour a week for a period of 6 weeks. And so it would be a total of 6 hours over the course of 6 weeks. Now, did you catch something there? I don't know. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pause for a second, maybe give you a chance to all this cat hair. Rewind a little bit. But that says a lot. Maybe that doesn't say a lot to you. Excuse me. But that says a lot to me because I have my eyes open and I can see what's going on. And when somebody says those three numbers back to back to back like that, to me, and it's not just the three numbers because I've said those three numbers by accident in the beginning of one of these videos that I had. And it's because of and I just said them right now as well, but it's just to show you an example. It's not so much that, it's the context. And the context is, hey, are you willing to go against how you feel and take actions that don't necessarily match up with how you feel? Well, that's the level of the beast. That's what a beast would do. That is killing your emotions, and that's not something that I want to do. And so that kind of relates with my vision. And yeah, it's people will show you and tell you who they really are. And if you're just paying attention, even in the course of a 15 minutes conversation, you can really find out what their values are. And I want to say that that's not the right way to go. I want to say that the right way to go is to do something that you love to do and to do it well, because when you do that, you can always find a way to make it work. And that's not to say like, hey, don't do tough things, because you can do tough things. Like the first time you go on a run, maybe you might not feel like, oh, you might feel like you're going to die, but you're not hurting anybody, right? That's the main thing. You're only growing yourself. When you start to get into the realm of like manipulating or coercing or lying to people, which I knew this opportunity was specifically network marketing based, and that was like a big no-no. I already knew that was going to end up in a bad place because I've been there before, and it was hell, and I don't want to go there again. So I just want to say, guys out there, if you're listening to this, follow your heart. As cliche as that is, right? It's like these videos, they are about finding out who you really are, and they're about my journey through that process. And if you can learn something from it, I would love for you to be able to take something away from that. And maybe you could do the same for yourself. If you go through the Monroe Institute's Gateway experience, you will find out how you really think, and you can align that with how you really feel, and then you can align that with your actions in the world, so that all three of those are lined up, so that you can really see all the doors that open up to you. And so, with all that being said, what kind of videos do you guys want to see me do next? Do you like the business talk a little bit? That was just, it happened to be related today with this video. What do you want me to see me do? Do you want to see more of my cat here? He's just kind of hiding now. Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Peace.